Hey, what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here, and today I wanted to bring you both a quick Grong the Dazal'alor kill, as well as talk a little bit about Pandemic Invocation. Here's the build that I ran for the encounter, and it's pretty much Affliction's baseline single target build. However, I did run 2 Wrecking Brilliance Azerite pieces with 1 Pandemic Invocation piece. Now, for those who don't know what Pandemic Invocation is, it's the newest Affliction-specific Azerite trait that was recently implemented on PTR. It states that refreshing Corruption, Agony, or Siphon Life with less than 5 seconds remaining will deal a set amount of damage based off of its item level, and also has a 6.66% chance of generating a soul shard. Now obviously this trait gets better the more dots we have to refresh, which means that on a fight where you're running Absolute Corruption, Pandemic Invocation most likely won't be your best choice, as you're only refreshing 1 dot in Agony. On a fight where we're running Siphon Life, however, things get much more interesting, as we now have 3 dots to refresh instead of 1. I felt that Grong was a great candidate for PI testing, as we are running Siphon Life, and it's mostly a single target encounter outside of the ad that spawns 3 to 4 times during the fight. Taking a look at my actual damage breakdown for Grong, we can see that PI dealt about 77,000 damage over the course of 3 minutes and 51 seconds. If we then look at my actual shard generation over the 4-minute encounter, we see that I generated 2 soul shards from PI procs. The 4 shards from UA were shards refunded from the ad dying, and we can see that Agony generated exactly 30 shards over the course of the encounter. Taking into account the fact that we had 36 actual hits of PI, meaning refreshes within the 5-second window, and 2 actual shard procs from it, we were sitting right around a 5.5% proc rate from the fight. Factoring in RNG, I would say this is close enough to 6.66% that it does seem to be functioning correctly. I did mention that I only ran 1 Pandemic Invocation piece for the fight, but if I had been running 3, our PI damage would be sitting right around 7 to 8% contribution wise. It is important to keep in mind, however, that even though the damage does stack from our dots being refreshed, we would not have generated 6 shards over the fight instead of 2, as the resource generation aspect of PI does not stack. One of the main issues that I ran into when running PI, however, was based around mechanics and movement. Even with Grong being pretty much a single target encounter, there are still a few mechanics that you need to move from, stack for, and spread as well. One of the strengths of Affliction is that it's a very mobile spec. Being able to refresh 3 or 4 dots while moving for mechanics, thus giving you more time to cast UA or fill with Shadow Bolt once you're done moving for the mechanic, is pretty important. Even for the few times I had to move here, I found myself not wanting to refresh my dots, but also subconsciously just doing so out of habit. PI in a sense makes Affliction much less mobile than it is normally, as you cannot control when mechanics are going to happen. They might line up with your pandemic window at times, and at times you will have 10 or more seconds on your dots when moving. Factoring that into the equation, it does make me feel that a trait like Wrecking Brilliance or even Inevitable Demise could very well be a better choice in fights where you think PI might actually be worthwhile. There's still plenty of time left for tuning and other changes, as well as a wide array of different fight styles and mechanics inside Battle for Dazal'alor, so I've not given up on Pandemic Invocation just yet. Let me know what you think of it after seeing it in action here in the comments below. If you're interested in acquiring any of the weak auras or profiles you've seen here, I have a link in the description both my Twitch and Discord where you can acquire them. The actual dot tracking weak aura in the center of my screen does track individual pandemic windows, so that could be a worthwhile pickup if you want to play with PI. If you want to see more WoW content and help support the channel, smash those like, share, and subscribe buttons, as your support really helps. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you all in 8.1. Peace.